interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game did.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
They go to the counter. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. And as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying the left side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Tight end getting vertical. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Little touch pass to the receiver. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Give to the running back. Shows him the stiff arm. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
The Gators come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Searching forward on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Rushes on him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab on the left. He will not get there. A stop on 3rd down leaves him with a 4th down from the 18-yard line. And the field goal unit is on the field. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Baylor proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Bears team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. And the Bulls will hustle to the line. The inside handoff. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Brown wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the lone running back. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and
he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
it all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. Brown will throw it. He's got the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Looking to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now, and they may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside, probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Here comes the heat. Oh, they're after him. Spinderella shakes off the defender. They're able to keep him from scoring as he's guided out of bounds at the 5. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. will boot it away to start the second half. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Going to the run to start this second half. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Slings it downfield. It's caught downfield. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. On the move, it's Powell. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. He's going to run it. There's a live football. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Back to throw, it's Lagway. Makes the grab, it's Brown. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Touch pass on the jet sweep. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. How they got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
On the run, it's Ball. Plows through the defense. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Ball. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Gators have this offense rolling. They're going to run it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Gator! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Wake Forest put one in the win column in convincing fashion. The Deacs had zero issue moving the ball, and that defense held strong in key moments. Talk about a complete performance. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Backing up on the first two plays, now to try to throw it and drive on third down. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him, knocked the ball to the ground. Coming up.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end. You're expecting them to punt.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Grabs it in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. The Gators are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the individual one-on-one effort by the defense there. Offense trying to go option, QB keeps it, but just too many defenders winning their one-on-one battles, defeating blocks, and getting the tackle for loss.
Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that drive covered just 44 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. After making the pick,
he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Gator! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
We've reached a break. It's Florida with the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they got a lot of trust in this running back on these big downs to go find a way to get it done. On that 4th down, that is a huge play in this game, and he delivers for his team.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Great place to start for this offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Let's go. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Lagway. Snagged out of the air. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. He got it. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Going right to work up top. Basic connection. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Lost a fire on second down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Get it out on the screen. Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pressure coming. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding a way to win a game right now. In all likelihood, 99.9% chance the college football playoff now is not a possibility anymore. That's okay. Let's worry about winning a game. Let's go back. Let's watch the film. Let's get back to being who we are so we can get this ship right.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.